Hey y'all, hey! It's your girl Coach Tooka. Happy Thursday. Yay, yay. Listen, new location, same Coach Tooka, okay? I'm at one of my favorite places in the world to work, a local coffee shop in my community. And for those of you who don't know me, I want to welcome you to my little corner of these YouTube streets where I pop out every single day at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And my goal here is to walk as many women as possible through the journey of losing weight and looking and feeling their best. So if you are over looking in the mirror and not recognizing the person who's staring back at you, you in the right place. If you are over making the same promises to yourself every new month, every new week, every new year, and not keeping said promise, and you want to know what you can do to get real results, you are absolutely in the right place. Okay. Um, Listen, I got news for you too. Like, not only are you in the right place, I want you to know that this is possible. It is really possible to lose weight without surrendering your peace of mind, your mindset. You do not have to try all the crazy things that you see the world doing, i.e., Ozempic, counting calories, counting points, all these extreme things and labels and all the things that the world says you have to do to be able to lose weight. I'm telling you what I know, not what I read in a book. I'm telling you what I lived. 5 years ago, I was 80 pounds heavier with absolutely no energy, a laundry list of chronic illnesses and a bunch of ailments, okay? And essentially a woman who did not feel good. Not only did I not look good on the outside or not look my best on the outside, I didn't feel well, okay? I was frustrated, doubtful of what was possible for me. I wanted to change. I wanted something different. I had no earthly idea where to start. And when you have done that for a very long time, it becomes very easy to wonder if you will ever get back to you. And I am telling you that it is possible. There are some things you're going to need. It took a lot of prayer for me, and it will take prayer for you. It was the grace of God. It took me working on the way that I think, opening myself up and allowing myself to be held accountable and being willing to change some things about the way my life was operating. It was like upgrading my operating system. And so when I did that, I found my way back to me. And now I get the opportunity to help busy women every single day lose weight for good. And like I said, you don't got to do nothing crazy. I will never ask you to do anything wild and crazy because I don't believe in wild and crazy. It never worked for me. And the seasons where it briefly worked or it worked in limited ways, I was unable to keep it. And I definitely didn't do it for 5 years. So you could do this and not lose yourself in the process. So if you hang out here with us today, you've never been here and you hang out with us and you like it, it's your kind of party. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and hit the like button and I'm gonna need you to go ahead and subscribe as well. And then make sure you turn your notifications on. And also don't be selfish. Share this video with somebody who you know that it will bless. All right, y'all, it's game time. So listen, before I start, I do want to say that multitasking has never been my strong suit. God gave me several gifts. Doing multiple things at one time was not one of those gifts. And here's what I know about me. If I turn my attention to the chat, I will lose my train of thought. And so I say, you know what, to get this word out. When you get the word out, then you can come back and you can address the chat. So as soon as I get the word out, I'm gonna come straight to the chat and we're gonna talk. I'm open to any and all questions that you have. And you can drop them in the chat as I talk, and I'll just come address them at the end. All right, it's game time. So let us go ahead and get into it. All right. So here's what I want to talk about. This for the last week and probably for the next several weeks, I'll be talking about the summer glow up. Here's what I know. This is my favorite season. We're technically in spring, right? And the weather is warming up and things are shaping up beautifully. Even I'm outside a little more. This is one of my favorite places to work. I come out here and I work in this coffee shop. Sometimes I come and I work outside in this open area. I can feel the breeze and the sun. And when the weather changes, you know what it does for us? It makes us want to be better. Okay. So everybody usually around this time starts talking about a summer glow up. And when we think about glowing up in the summer, the things we tend to think about are getting our nails done. I know that I do. Okay. Getting our nails done. I'm not really a big get your fingers done. I might get them painted, but I'm not big, like, let them grow long because I break them. New outfits, that's part of it. Okay. New sandals, getting our toes done, changing out the hair. You know what I'm saying? We trying to smell good. We trying to walk in the room like we the boss of it. And I'm here for it. Okay. We want to look good. And I'm here for it. All right. But here's what I want to tell you. If you do not change what's happening inside your mind, if you do not change what's happening with the way you think, the glow is going to be gone by like June 14th. Okay? By June 14th, you're going to lose your glow. It's not going to be a lasting glow. So nobody talks about the glow up starting with the way you think with your mind. Um, Most people think it happens in the gym. So that's the first thing we do. Like, I work out every day. I've been at the gym. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. The gym fills up. And I'm telling you, here's the honest to goodness truth. You can buy all the new clothes you want. You can book all the vacations you want. You can do it like a little real quick 10-pound loss situation. But if you don't change your mindset, like if it doesn't transform, when I say transform, transformation is code for unrecognizable. It means to look like it did not look before. It means to look like something different. Meaning, if the way you think doesn't look like something different, then you are going to blow up your glow up. Okay. You're going to sabotage everything you create in the glow up, and it's not going to last. So you're going to lose 10 pounds and you're going to gain back 15. You're going to buy cute clothes, but you're going to be pulling on them all the time because you don't really feel real cute in them. All right. Because you just still squares in them. You're going to take the pictures and you're still not going to like what it looks like in the mirror. You're not going to be okay with how you look for the long term. And here's why: glow up happens on the inside. It's an internal work. It happens in here before it ever happens on the outside. All right. So you cannot think the same thoughts of defeat. You can't think oh, I messed up again, day after day, week after week. I'll start over Monday thoughts. You can't think the same. Everybody deserves a reward. I deserve a treat. I've been good. You can't think the same cheap meal thoughts and expect your body to be different. You can't expect your lifestyle to be different. You can't expect the way you live that life to be any different. So I want you to get a gym membership. I have a gym membership. It's a Coach Rowe approved gym. I took my friend Coach Rowe to the gym with me, and that still ain't where the weight loss starts. The weight loss does not start with the gym membership. It starts with what you think about yourself every single day. All right. So I always want to give you examples. All right. So yesterday we talked about, like, if you keep thinking, a way of thinking that's getting in your way. If you keep thinking I don't have time, then you're gonna keep on finding ways to do other stuff, right? You're gonna keep on finding ways not to show up for you. If you believe I'm always tired, and I'm not doubting you tired, because I've been like that. Okay. I've been where I'm like, I don't have the energy. I'm so tired. Guess what you're gonna keep doing though? The same thing I did. You're gonna keep eating like a woman who's trying to get by, who's trying to make it, not a woman who's trying to thrive. You're gonna end up being you're gonna keep on doing things. I just had this conversation with somebody yesterday, and I told them, she said, I like candy. And I said, yeah, because she said, I need to find something to do when I'm bored. And I said, no, you need to stop using food as your therapist. It is not your comforter. It's fuel. It's energy. It is the source of energy. So if you think I'm tired and you don't ever stop to think about, what am I doing that's making me be tired, you're going to always eat the food on the run. You're going to always be getting your meals out of somebody's drive through, or if you fancy, somebody's restaurant, right? Or somebody's always going to prepare the meals to you for you, and you're going to never have any idea in it. And you're never going to give yourself the things that your body needs to heal, to be healthy. If you think it's hard to be consistent, you're going to quit every time it don't feel good. Every time it gets uncomfortable, you're going to be like, I fell off again. Okay. You're not going to have the fortitude, the stick to itness to do it every single day when it's boring, when it's unsexy, when nobody claps for you. You're not going to have the fortitude if you keep thinking that way. All right. I've said it before. I said it this morning, and I'm saying it again. Your mindset is the catalyst for what you do. Your mindset is going to propel you into action, or it's going to keep you from moving. So, no new way of thinking, no new mind, no new body, period, and point blank. All right. So, you cannot change anything that the world sees on the outside if you are still doing the things that got you there. And you cannot address those things until you start to address things on the inside. So, wanting the glow up that looks good on the outside, I'm telling you now, before we even start this journey, all right? Because I got a weight loss plan. It's easy breezy and cheesy. You wanting to look good on the outside is only going to be temporary until you address the things on the inside. So if you don't address the fact that you think that the things you do for people are what makes them find value in you, the glow up on the outside is going to be temporary. If you don't address the inside, the part of you that thinks that I have to show up for other people more than I show up for myself, the glow up on the outside is going to be temporary. If you don't address the part of you that on the inside that doesn't think that God needs you to do everything, okay? Everything that need to be done don't need to be done by you and don't need to be done right now. If you don't learn to internally surrender parts of your life to something bigger than you, the glow up on the outside is temporary. So you cannot have a external glow up until you start growing and developing and getting better on the inside internally. All right. So the body, the glow up, you know what I'm saying? What you want, it's it's tied to you developing your mindset in a way that you haven't done yet. And so it ain't for sale. Okay. They don't got this at your favorite department store on the clearance rack. You have to build it every day. You have to do it every day with new habits and with new thoughts. You have to do it by challenging your old ways of thinking. And you have to do it every single day. You have to get up and do it again tomorrow. So many of us are looking for a set it and forget it lifestyle. I'm telling you, the person that you're looking at who has lost weight and they have kept it off for a substantial period of time, first of all, it's rare. All right. But the person who has done that is going to be the person who wakes up every single day and they say, today I still choose that. What I still choose today to do what got me here. Now, what I can tell you is that it gets easier to do when you do it every day. When you do it every day, you don't have to think about it as much. All right. I'm going to give you a prime example. So, a lot of you know I'm a homeschool mom, and today is National Day of Prayer. So my city had a event at the city hall. So I really just love the fact that I have taken my son out of public school, and we get to decide what the days are going to look like, and our lessons don't always look. We have a accredited homeschool curriculum that we use and we love, but sometimes we step away from the accredited curriculum. And hey, Miss Joy said, hey, Karen, we do our own thing some days. So today we said we're going to go to National Day of Prayer because I love that my city had it. So I was rushing because, I do a lot of meetings. I'm on Zoom a lot during the day, coaching in multiple programs. And the first day of the month is an extremely important day in my business. And so we had a meeting to kick off my friend and coach, Rochelle. We're coaching one of our communities through using a body analyzer that we use. So we kicked off today with their first impressions of getting on the analyzer. And so I'm on the meeting driving today of National Day of Prayer. National Day of Prayer ends, and our next stop was here so that we could do our lessons here and I could work and we could do it in a fun and focused way. Y'all, I did not plan for the fact that I was hungry. Okay. I didn't plan for that. So I'm looking up, I see all these restaurants, and I'm even like, maybe I can go somewhere around here and get a salad. And I'm like, ugh. But what I knew I couldn't do, I said, I can't do it. I couldn't come here to this coffee shop and drink my water. I got here, I went to the counter, I purchased a smoothie for my son. I drank my water. Okay. And I knew I couldn't do it. Right. And if this was my first day, that would have been a tough decision. So I was on the phone with Ro and I said, but I got to go back home. I said, I got to go home. So I went home to home base. I chopped up me some bell peppers, little avocado, got an apple, refilled my water bottle, grabbed a couple other water bottles. You see what I'm saying? Because today was a day. And guess what? If I were a teacher and had like a 9 to 5, I would have still been able to do the same thing. You know what I would have done? I would have fasted. I would have said, I'm not going to be able to eat because I didn't plan this thing out properly. You understand what I'm saying? But getting to that point requires you to think differently. There was a time in my life where my first thought would have been, you have been doing very well lately. Okay. It's summertime. The sun's out. It's fun day with your son. You deserve a treat. You deserve a treat. So you go to CC's, which is my favorite spot. They have this butter rum muffin that I love. Okay. And I love me a good. I get the turtle. It's called the turtle latte. Is what I get with caramel, chocolate, and hazelnut. And I know me well enough to know that I can only experience this thing 3, maybe 4 times a year because I'll be back into coffee addiction, which was a whole real thing for me. I had a whole caffeine addiction that I don't talk about, but I started every day with coffee. And so if I'm not careful, you can glide back into those habits, right? And so I don't allow it to become a habit. So I'm just trying to show you, I'm just trying to give you a real, live, tangible example of how you have to change the thoughts. Because is it true that today is a sunny and fun day? We've had some rain in the past days. It's been a little cloudy. Today is beautiful. It's not extremely hot. For those of us who know, I live in Mississippi. It's oppressive. Here it's 81 degrees. It's breezy though. It's not humid yet. It's beautiful. The weather is beautiful. And I could have made I could have said, let me get it in a frappuccino because it got ice. All right. But I didn't because I have changed. All right. So the change that everybody sees on the outside, it started in here. It started with me saying, you know what? I deserve to feel better than I feel every day. And so I got to do different things to have it. It started with me saying, my family and my friends and the people that I teach, because I've been a teacher and I'm going to be a teacher for the rest of my life. The people I teach deserve the best version of me, the version of myself that can hear God clearly and tell them what He told me. I deserve, and so when I do the things that I used to do, I don't feel as good as I feel today. And so I had to start thinking less selfishly about what I think I deserve and what my flesh wants. My flesh get weak just like everybody else, okay? It be loud sometimes. And I have to learn to like pray it off. I have to be aware of what are places and people and situations that are triggers for me and really center myself so I can think and learn to stop and pray because I'm a very social and interactive person. So sometimes I'm all about the experience and how things, the experience of things. And if we having a good time, if I'm not careful, that's a trigger for me to lose my mind. So I have to be on guard. So I just want to show you that it's possible. I say it all the time that I was the most addicted and the least likely candidate. I was the Saul of weight loss. Okay, I'm just saying. Um, I didn't persecute nobody but me. Okay, but I'm saying that the person that I am today looks completely different, and I pray that you see it as inspiration for what's possible for you. So, in short, what I want to just close with and tell you is that if you want to have a glow up, which is possible, GLOW, glow up this summer, I want you to ask yourself, what's the way of thinking? What's the mindset? What's the thoughts that I'm defending, I'm holding on to that's getting in the way of me losing weight and that's blocking my glow up? Could it be that I'm telling people I'm so busy? All right. Could it be? Because here's what I had to tell somebody the other day. I was talking to somebody and they were trying to compare their busy to my busy. And I said, really, to be honest, as adults, we're all busy. We all got a lot of stuff to do. Most of us, okay? Now, there's some of us who have a life of luxury. Maybe you might be retired. You may have more freedom of time. But for the most part, if you got young children, something you have to do to generate some income, make some coins. Uh, you try and take care of your body, serve and love the Lord, help other people. You have a lot of things that need to be done in the course of a day. So it's relative, it's contextual, we're all busy, right? And I would not dare say that my busy looks like a Darius Daniels busy. Couldn't imagine it. All right. So be mindful when you're trying to compare your busy to somebody's busy. But here's the thing I know about us as people. When we want what we want, okay, when we really, really want it, and it means enough to you, you'll figure out how to do it. Because every last one of us, if I told you I'd give you $1 million to work out every day and give it your best shot, baby, we'll be trying to figure out what we got to move around, what we got to rearrange, who we got to get to do what, so that we can do that thing, so we can get the $1 million. Okay, so if it means enough to you, if it's valuable enough to you, even busy people gonna figure out how to do it. So I'm too busy is not an excuse, and I always tell you, if you think you're busy, check your screen time. Because your Instagram stats, your Facebook stats, your TikTok stats, your what else we got out here? Your your YouTube stats, okay? Your thread stats, your Netflix stats, your Hulu, whatever the thing is for you, because we all got a thing, because it's the world we live in. And we really have to put a boundary around it to not do it. Your stats will show you have more time than you do. If it ain't that, it may be the phone conversation. That person that every time they call, they wasting your time because they talking about the same thing that they said they were gonna do that they didn't do. The relationship they said they was gonna get out of, the business they keep asking your advice to start, the problem they keep on having that they don't take your advice and execute no way. You praying over them and giving them a word from God, and they still don't do it. Would say you have time. So is it that you're saying you're too busy? Is that the thought that you need to change, transform so you can get this glow up? Or is it the I'm gonna start after vacation? Cause see, we're about to enter the travel season. Okay, everybody, it's time, y'all. I love a good I was talking to somebody the other day. I love a good maxi dress. Okay, a good just sundress with sandals. I'm a simple girl. I'm not very high maintenance. During the cooler months, I tend to wear leggings like sweats and a shirt. And if it's really cool, I put this on. So it's like a t-shirt, my Crocs. Okay, even in the winter, and some, you know what I'm saying? It's simple. All right. But then when things warm up, you got to come out of these little, I can only be in this because it's 80 degrees outside, but I'm in the shade, right? And there's a breeze. All right. But we got to come out these little layers, right? So it's about to be time for us to bust out our summer, our toes, our shorts, whatever's your thing. I don't know, capris, culottes, dresses, whatever you like to wear. Okay. I love a good summer dress, a little sundress. We'll just, honey, just sundress me, okay? It's what I like to wear, whether they're fitted, whether they loose. That's what I'm most comfortable in. All right, but we keep telling ourselves I'm gonna start after vacation because we think the vacation is an excuse to forget everything we knew, and a vacation is an excuse to lose our minds. All right, and I'm proof you can do vacation, you can travel. There are tips, tricks, and hacks, but you gotta think differently. So the thought is I can't do this and vacation too. Vacation code for lose your mind. Eat whatever you want. Just be a gluttonous person and eat everything you want. That's what vacation is code for. When you can enjoy yourself on vacation and still give your body the foods that it needs. Like your body needs fuel. And just like you wouldn't dare think of putting sugar in your tank, okay? Yeah, just like you wouldn't dare think of putting sugar in the tank of your car. Well, we pour it on in this body, don't we? We fill the body up with it, right? So is it that you're saying you need to start over after vacation? Or is it that you just got off work and you tell yourself, I'm too tired to do anything. I can't do nothing. When what you need to know is when you start doing something, you actually feel like doing something. It's the craziest thing. You start doing the thing and you feel like doing the thing. You can tell yourself, let me do the thing for 10 minutes. And I promise you, them 10 minutes come and you got a little more juice than you thought you had. All right. But you never get to that point because you don't ever get to the spot. You don't ever lace up your shoes. You don't ever put. Listen, if it's a day that I ever feel like I don't feel like doing it, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to wear my workout clothes. Okay. Because if ever the opportunity presents itself, my son, my children are in all kinds of sports. My son plays football and basketball. My daughter's a cheerleader. And honey, they might have a practice, and I might be running here and there, carting them to practice. And I'm gonna have on these tennis shoes because an opportunity might present itself for me to be able to work out. But if you say I'm too tired to do anything, you don't even see the opportunities present itself because you soak in the thought that I don't have the energy to do anything. So whatever it is, I want you to call it out. I want you to call a thing a thing. I want you to tell the truth about a thing because we're very gifted at being dishonest with ourselves. All right? And your life will never elevate higher than your most like dominant thoughts. I ain't make it up. I got it from somebody and I don't even know who they are. Your life will never go higher than the things you think the most, your loudest, your strongest, your most negative thoughts. Your life will never surpass that. So if you want a different body, you need some different beliefs. You need a different conversation with yourself. You need different thoughts. Okay? So if you, instead of saying I'm too tired to do anything today, I'm too tired to not do anything today. I'm not, I'm gonna start over after vacation. I'm gonna do this and that. I'm a vacation and take care of me. Instead of I'm too busy, there's no way I'm gonna do everything for them and not this for me. So you need new thoughts. You need new ways of thinking. All right. That's if you want it to last. You want the glow up that can last. You need a way of thinking that thinks that way after you get it and every day after, because you got to renew this mind every single day. And I'll tell you, some days are much easier. There's some days I do this thing with no thought. It's just literally part of my routine. But I have to do this every single day. And you do too, if you want to get it and keep it. So I'm not here to beat you up. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in shaming people. I don't believe in making people feel guilty. I don't believe in making people feel less than. I would always tell my students that I'm never gonna come in here and make you feel worse about yourself. But I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you the whole truth that set me free. So I'm never gonna come in here and tell you something that I didn't use to get me free. These are the same straight up and down, honest conversations that I had to talk. I have to tell myself. And if I go too far off the beaten path, I have to tell myself these same things. And when I don't tell it, I got friends that'll tell it. Okay? Accountability needs to be a lifestyle. Accountability is a lifestyle. So I used to think losing weight was about having more willpower, about wanting it bad enough and it's gonna happen. And nope, nah, uh-uh. It wasn't about wanting it. It was about looking at it differently, about seeing it with new eyes, with thinking about it differently. And the day that I realized that more was possible for me, more, the day when I refused to think, the day I refused to believe that where I was where I had to stay, when I refused to believe it, I said, Lord, this ain't it. I know you too well, and I didn't read your word too much. This ain't it, okay? If I'm seeing it wrong, Lord, show me. But this ain't it. This can't be what you got in store for me. This can't be it. This ain't it. I refuse to believe that this is what you got in store for me. I had to change my mind about what was possible. And when I did that, guess what? My body had no choice but to follow. It was not an option. We about to do this, okay? And to this day, when I change the way I think, and I just got this revelation today that a lot of my journey and my transformation happened at home. So home base, free of the world, is like I told Rodis, I said it's something about calibrating at home. You know, it's about calibrating at home before I go out into this world. Because the world is overstimulating for me. It's a lot out here. So I gotta have a made up mind before I go out here. Okay? Because I don't always want cookies. I don't always want cake. But if I hadn't calibrated, my defenses are down. All right? So that's what I meant by pre-deciding. So I drove all the way. So inconvenient to drive home, y'all. I was on E. My car's still on E. Okay? Praise God for my husband who does not allow me to pump gas. But I'm with my son. He might have to pump it today. But I was on E, and I drove all the way back home on E. I drove home on E to calibrate. Did. All right. Was it inconvenient? But I knew what I needed because I've worked this thing. So I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but I'm going to say you're going to have to tell yourself the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And a lot of us have got to stop lying to ourselves. We live in this this Instagrammable world. All right. This Instagrammable society where we can and I'm just picking on Instagram. It's really wherever we show up, where we can decide how the world views us. We can decide if we want to show the ugly, the transparent, the like if we really want to kind of pull back the curtain and let people see what really happens in our lives. And more often than not, we're going to show the sides that look pretty. All right. And so when you get in certain places, there's this tendency. There's this tendency to only portray, to put yourself like I got it, like I'm okay. Okay. And I'm telling you, the real transformation happens when you say, I ain't got it. And Lord, if you got a person who can help me, I am willing. All right. To be vulnerable, to be honest. All right. So if you're ready to have like a real glow up, like the one that lasts past your IG post, the one that doesn't go away when, you know what I'm saying? When the one you don't need a filter for on IG. Ain't nothing wrong with filters, I don't believe, but it sure feel good not to need one. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't knocking nobody who need a filter, but it sure feel good not to need one. I have this little gadget called an Osmo Pocket, and I make sure I when Osmo fool around, they have this thing called glamour effects. It's so interesting, y'all, because this is a sign of the world we in. The Osmo Pocket is a little camera that I can carry with me. It's like handheld. It's more convenient than a phone because it's small. You can hold it in your hand and you can record things. So when I'm out and I'm just getting content, it's just an easy way to get it. And the Osmo Pocket has this thing called glamour effects, y'all. It will give you eyebrows that are fuller than the ones you have. It'll make lipstick for you that's more amazing. It will whiten your teeth. It will do your, you know how our eyes have, like my eyes be doing all kind of crazy stuff. One be here, one be there. It be wild sometimes. Sometimes they be closed. The Osmo Pocket will take all that and make your skin smooth. It makes everything better. And when I see that, I'm like, man, get this thing off of here. It is what it is, baby. I'm not saying I don't wear foundation, but I like to go without it. It feels good not to need it. It feels good not to need it. All right. So I'm saying if you want a real, non-filtered, non-glamour effects, life, glow up, that sustain lasts past your busy life, if you don't get your butt in this community, I meant to pin it here. I didn't type my little post up. But it'll be I'll put it in the description. If you don't, I'll come back and pin a post. That's what I do because I like to make it simple. If you don't, come get this accountability so you can have you a different glow up this summer. So the Ready Set Habits Wellness Community is open and it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. Y'all, I love y'all alive. I love you enough to help you get better and glow up in real life. All right. So now let me get over here to this chat and see who's still here to talk to you, girl. Okay, y'all. My mind is like it's squirrel brain. Okay, I come over here to the chat and see that Karen said so good. Okay, and then I'll start talking about something else. Okay, I said so. Let me stay focused because I really don't want to forget. I will get off these lives and be like, Lord, I forgot I was supposed to say. And then by tomorrow, I'll be to forget again. Okay. Um, Karen, I did during the process of removing my weight. I did. So I'll say this. I'm going to just be fully upfront and transparent. On my journey, I was not allowed to focus on the weight. Focusing on the weight was not acceptable because the truth is, and I still believe this today, um, weight loss, as Coach Robert said, is low hanging fruit. All right. Because if you start doing the things that will get the results you want. I don't care if it's to get rid of an illness. I don't care if it's to so my her focus with me was to get me healed, to have a whole and healed body. All right. So if you start down the road of doing those things, weight will be the least of your worries. Okay. So it's still the same as what I'm saying. If you eat using this simple plate method, drink your water, move your body every day, go to bed on time, and do it consistently. track it and reflect, the weight will come off with ease. It will. Okay? So I know that to be true. But here's what I have a heart for teaching. Because as I look back over my journey and the journey of people that I get the opportunity to coach, if you do the things every day, you develop the consistency to do it every day, and you lose the weight. Hear me when I say this. If you lose the weight, if you get off the medication, because we can do it. If somebody tells us do this, do this, do this, we can do it for a period of time. We can. But if we never change these other weights, so here's what I mean when I say weight. I mean physical weight, but I'm also talking about spiritual weight. I'm talking about the fact that you're trying to do this life your way. Somebody had to hit me with my own words. It sound like you trying to do it like Tucker. I said, oh wait. Thank you. Let me go back and surrender. So if you don't lose the spiritual weights that are carrying you. When I say spiritual, it's every trick. When I say spiritual weight, here's what I'm talking about. Every trick of the enemy, all right, that wants to block you and hold you back from seeing what God really has for you. So it looks like things like not having the bandwidth or time of reading your word. It looks like reading your word and not having a close and intimate relationship with your Father. It looks like using God as your genie, like, Lord, do it for me right now. Hey, God, hey, Arnita, y'all. Arnita Scape is my godmother. Y'all clap it up for her, okay? It looks like, seriously, it looks like using God as a genie of sorts. Lord, do it for me right now. Do it because I said so. All right? And not wanting what he wants. It looks like not surrendering yourself to his will. It looks like, this is why when I teach, I'm going to always give you the scripture. Because I don't ever want you to think it's a Tuckerism. Okay? When you be like, Tucker, where you get that from? I got it from the word. I got it from his word. Because I read it every day. So it looks like trying to do this life the world's way. Trying to line it up with what the world says is success. All right? And not what he says. You see what I'm saying? So you lose the weight when you honor this temple because it ain't yours no way. So when I start giving it things that say, because the word says submit your body as a living sacrifice. As a living sacrifice. The word says this body don't belong to me. It's on loan. It's on loan. So when I start treating it like it belonged to somebody else, because it belongs to my Father, he loaned it to me to do his work. He only created me to do something for him. So when I don't see that, that's a spiritual weight. All right? Emotional weights look like, first of all, when we pop off, because somebody that made me mad, and I don't know how to move from anger to joy. When I don't understand that joy is my birthright, it's a spiritual fruit. You understand that? So when the Holy Spirit lives in me, you can see it. I produce things that looks like joy, that looks like love and peace. All right? That knows how to quiet this flesh. All right? Because my flesh, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised. So my flesh says, when you disrespectful, I'm going to disrespect you back. But I don't see that in the word. All right? So how do you manage your emotions? So when people and hurt your feelings or make you angry or gossip about you or talk about you or lie on you or just don't like you because you. All right? Or don't do what they're supposed to do. When they sneak and they steal and they hurt you. Because you can't do this life without people hurting you. You can't do what God told you to do. You can't even do your God-given assignment without putting yourself out there to deal with people who potentially may hurt you because people are imperfect. So how do you love them still? How do you give grace? The same grace that he gave you. See, that's a spiritual weight. When you don't know how to be graceful and you hold grudges and you resentful and you won't forgive and you bitter, that's a spiritual weight that blocks what God has for you. All right? When you have a rough day at work, and instead of saying, had a rough day at work, and maybe I'm going to be honest, and maybe I don't belong at this job. Maybe God is calling me to do something else, and maybe it's time for, maybe my season is up here. All right? Versus popping off and talking crazy to the people on the job. All right? How do you pray for your coworkers when they don't like you and you don't like them? Don't you know I've had coworkers that, yeah, Holy Spirit told me once, I had a coworker, and Holy Spirit said to me clear as day, you going to hell. You going to hell because I didn't even want the person to talk to me. Don't even talk to me. Be about to talk to me. And I'm like, just don't. And I promise you, y'all, I was driving home in my car, just in my thoughts. See, this is why you got to renew the mind. And Holy Spirit said, you're going to hell for how you feel about this person. Do you know what I had to do? I had to start praying for a person I did not like. That would just every day, it seemed like every day, something they would say to me would rub me the wrong way. And I'm just like, this person about to fool around and find out, like, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Okay? I don't start nothing, but I might finish. Okay? And Holy Spirit said, you're going to hell for how you feel about this person. So every single day, I started to pray. My prayer started out saying, Lord, they belong to you. This is your child. So I know it's some good in there, and I don't see it. Help me, Lord, to see it, because I don't see it. I don't see it. And I pray that every day. And then I became intentional about speaking to them every morning in a loving voice. So every morning I would say, good morning. And when I tell you I felt as fake and phony as they come, and I said it every day. All right. And then one day, after doing this for a course of a couple of months, okay, my heart posture changed. And I started to see this person as a person who shows up this way because they've been hurt a whole lot. And I started to feel empathetic towards them. I started to feel, I don't want to say like I felt bad for them, but I could see that they had been hurt. And this is why you show up like this every day, because you have experienced a great deal of hurt in your life, and this is making you show up this way. And I'm going to love the mess out of you. And I just started being kinder. And do you know, all of a sudden, the person would pass me in conversation, and the things that they would say to me didn't work my nerves as bad. As a matter of fact, we started having enjoyable conversations. And I remember one day we had a conversation. The conversation lasted about 15 minutes. And the conversation ended, and I looked up and I said, wow, that has never happened. And that was a nice and pleasant conversation. And it seemed like after that, everything with us got lighter. Everything with us got lighter. And do you know, they didn't get on my nerves as bad. And when you know, as God would have it, I actually started to like them. Do you know that to this day, that person will call me and check on me from time to time just to see how I'm doing? Because I don't work there no more. And they'll call and check on me. Do you know that I went through a series of like family things, and this person like helped me out in a season that was rough for me. They helped me out. I'm telling you, these are the things that wouldn't have happened if I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. See, but I had to learn how to be an effective, I had to get smart about emotions. Because when I was a child, you see this? When I was young, You talk crazy to me, I talk crazy back to you. I roll my neck while I do it, and I verbally assault you because I need you to know not play. Don't play with me, okay? When I was a child, but as I release weight spiritually, once I learned that, baby, I don't got to fight an end battle. Playing with me, you'll fool around and make God real mad because I'm out here on assignments. All right? I ain't got to be out here fighting with you. For what? Serving the Lord I serve. He is the Lord of my life. When I made him Lord, he could deal with you way better than I could ever deal with you. And I knew my heart posture was not pleasing to God because I didn't like the person at all. And now I care about them a great deal. And guess who loses? The enemy. The devil loses because he loved it when we had this strife between us. Oh, he loves strife. You see what I'm saying? It's a weight I don't carry. I don't carry the weight of strife. I got a million stories like this of times where I felt like I was wrong. Okay, well, I might need to tell the stories and change the name to protect the innocent. All right, but I felt like somebody wronged me, and I had to have the uh, spiritual fortitude to pray for them. That don't come from the flesh. You don't get that living like the world, because the world say, "Play with me." Okay, play with me if you want to. And when I was young, I'm telling y'all, I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. That's the love language. That's the love language. We grew up throwing hands, okay? I grew up, don't start nothing. I ain't finna start a thing. But if they push you wrong, baby, finish it. Okay? The world say finish it. I serve a finisher. I ain't got to finish nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm here because I just want to be clear what I say when I'm talking about losing the weight. This is why I live light. This is why I live light. Because my father's with me everywhere I go. All right. So when I line it up with his word, losing physical weight is easy. It's easy. When I do it the world's way, it's confusing. The world tells me Ozempic. The world tell me count calories. The world tell me Weight Watchers points. The world say starve yourself. The world say never have a treat in life. That's the world's way. But when you really view it from the point of this body belongs to my father, it's on loan to me. I got to explain about it. Okay. When I get it, when he get this body back, okay, I got to give an account. Woo-wee. And I'm in the red. Okay. I abused my body for more than half of my life. I am 47 years old. And I give my mama praise for maybe the first. I'm gonna give my mama the first 16, okay? I'm gonna give her the first 16 because there were things my mama didn't let us eat. Okay. But even in that, there were some things we did eat that we shouldn't have been eating. We ate catfish. Okay. We ate catfish. All right. Mac and cheese. My mama throw down, baby, in the kitchen. Okay. My mama, the greatest compliment you can give my mama is her food was good. Okay. She loved to cook and she loved to see you go, oh, wait, that was good. Okay. It makes her happy. So even then we were still eating things. But I became extremely what I would categorize as abusive to my life, my body when I turned 16 and I got my own cash flow. I learned how to generate an income and I never stopped. I started off like most of us at the McDonald's. Okay. Moved from McDonald's and worked at where did I go? I went to the movies. I worked at the movies and then I worked at Hardee's and then I worked at a nursing home. And then I left for college. Okay. And ever since I could earn some coins, okay, I used said coins to satisfy this flesh. All right. I did. All right. Been eating Oreos, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, all the things. And it continued for 30. Okay, I'm 47, so 30, 25 years. Okay. As I got healed in 2020. All right, so I hope that makes sense when people understand what I always want to be clear about that when I talk about weight. Yeah, I'm talking about physical weight. That's the easy part. Like I know you think it's the hard part, but it's the other weights that are making it difficult for you. It's the other weights, okay? Things I had to learn, like boundaries. All right. That's a relational strategy. That's a strategy that preserves relationships. Boundaries preserve relationships. When I give a yes today, I really, really mean it. My heart posture is really yes. And if I cannot give you a yes, I've learned how to gracefully say no. All right. And if it bothers you, and you can't take it and you leave, that works too. That works too. And so what happened is there are people who say you are different, which I'm just trying to figure out why wouldn't we want to be? Isn't that the point? People say you are different. Um, and what I had to realize is the difference is not that I love you less, it's that now I love me way more. I love me enough to take care of me so I can really be all the way there for you. So when I am well, so this is why I say as many women as possible, because when you are well, the people around you are well also. You are a source of inspiration for them to get well. You help them get well, but you can't help them till you help you. So if me telling you no, I can't make it to your party or whatever your thing is, or because I don't have the bandwidth, and when I tell people I don't have the bandwidth, you think I'm lying? That's right. Come on, Miss Joyce. Miss Joyce says she did it the right way, and I believe you. You think I'm lying when I say I told you grown people busy. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I have a business. All right. I coach in multiple places. This here, man, is driving me. Okay. I coach in multiple places. As my friend Tiffany would say, I have the unmitigated gall to homeschool somebody to just become a homeschool mom. Like I didn't have enough going on. All right. I serve at my church and in my community. I don't have the bandwidth for some things that I used to have the bandwidth for. See, when my meals came through a drive through, I had bandwidth for different things. But when you got the meal prep and make sure that you're fueling your body, when you got to go to the store or Instacart to get it to you, some things have to come off your plate. So there are I am different. I don't take offense when people tell me that. Actually, it's a girl. Thank you. I'm so glad you noticed. To God be the glory for all He has done. When you say I'm different, we should be. We supposed to be. What kind of God we serving out here? For us to live the same life? For us to stay the same? What kind of God you serving? We supposed to be. Because my prayer is when you look at me and you look at that picture from 2020, May is coming up. And that's what my life gonna be about on May. I think that day, I gotta go get the date. I think I was 3 days into my journey. I think it was May 14th. It was either May 14th, May 15th. I gotta look. I started my journey on May 11th, so in 10 days will be my 5-year anniversary. May 11th, I started my journey, 2020. Took the picture 3 days in. And my prayer is when you see the picture and you hear my story, this is why I share. First of all, I teach metaphorically, but this is why I share so much of my story. Because I want you to be like, dog, Tucker was out here bad. I wasn't that bad. I went to Chick-fil-A, but it wasn't every day. Okay? Golly, Tucker. Shoot, if he could do it for her, there has to be hope for me. There has to be hope for me. Got to be. Okay? That's why I share these stories. So my prayer is when you see my story, when you see my testimony, you see where I was, what I was doing. This is why I pull back the curtain and say, no, this is what it took, that you feel encouraged and have hope. Because the enemy don't want you to have hope. I want you to feel encouraged that there's hope for you. Because I'm convinced that very few people go to Chick-fil-A every day. Okay? That's weird and new. Okay? Every single day. Like you might go often, but no, I'm a creature of habit. I did that thing every day. All right? So listen, guys, I love y'all to life. I don't know how I got here, but somebody asked me about weight, and so hopefully somebody will catch this. So I'm in a series called Summer Glow Up, and I'll be here every day at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, just talking about glowing up in the summertime. Yeah, I have got to go because I have some people in my VIP community here, and today is the first of the month, and I have not revealed to them what I'm launching for the month, and so I'm a little behind schedule, and they get the best of me. They get the best, and today I'm not giving it. Okay, so I cannot close the day without blessing my VIP community. But you are, if you are, tired, tired. They're my people. You mine, Simon. You mine. Okay. I can show you. I know why, because I was tired. Okay. If you tired, don't think you got strength to make it one more day. You 2 seconds away from baby eating all the cake. Okay. You don't see how you gonna have the strength. You ain't got the strength. You don't know how you gonna do it, but you know that God wants more for you. And you tired of trying to figure it out. You done playing. You done straddling the fence. You ready to pick a side. I need you to come on in my free community, Ready Set Habits. All right. If you get over there and you really like it, I can't see a logical reason why you wouldn't want to be in the VIP community. Okay. I'm gradually growing the Success Squad because it's always my intention to serve at a high level. All right. I'm always serving at a high level. And so I always want to make sure I don't want to take in 1,000 people and I can't handle 1,000 people. Okay. So ultimately, we'll release it more, but we're gradually released. So that's why you don't always hear me talk about the VIP. I think that's all. I love y'all to life. Thanks for hanging with me, y'all. We almost an hour in. This was so good, so delicious and yummy. Okay, better than any piece of cake. All right. I love y'all to life. I'll be here tomorrow. That's right. Come on, Miss Tracy said he did it for me. If he did it for Tucker, y'all put that in the chat. If he did it for Tucker, he gonna do it for me. Cause guess what? It ain't a different God. It's Jehovah Jireh. You'll provide the same one. The same God. Same God. Same God. That's it. And all he waiting on, I'm telling you what he's waiting on. He waiting on me and y'all to stop trying to do it your own way and say, Lord, help me. Okay? And he works through people and he gonna send you the people that you need. So if it's took, it's took. If it ain't, it ain't. It's like I help the tired and ready. Okay? I'm telling you that. So I love y'all to life. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time and in the same place. Also, don't forget, I'm doing a morning encouragement. I got a new series in the morning. I know why, right? Twice a day. Why you got to be over twice a day? If you can, join me in the morning. I don't have a time yet because I don't want to say it and I do it. It's called a daily renewal of the mind. I made that up this morning, fresh off the dome. Okay. So I'll be there in the morning and the evening. Just all encouragement. Teaching in the evening, encouragement in the morning. I love y'all to life. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.